Welcome back to Don Riggs Hurricane Gym for the third game of this afternoon in our coverage of the Barry Pruitt Hurricane Classic. This is, I guess, what you'd call the consolation bracket winners. I don't know what you call it. The consolation championship, I guess, is what you would say here. Is we get set between Springdale Harbor and Pine Bluff. Andy Maness and Ryan Short here with you, and it's going to be a really fun game. We got to see both of these teams play yesterday, and just going to be a lot of fun. A lot of talent on both of these squads. You got Springdale Harbor, who's got a couple of pretty big guys on their floor, like Josh Ezel and Zach Peck. Meanwhile, for Pine Bluff, you got a lot of athleticism, a lot of people that streak to the basket. Kendrick Thorne, Caleb Higgins, just to name a couple.
Absolutely, and I saw you struggling there right there to figure out what we're going to call this game, as far as this is the contest for the third and fourth place team, but ultimately what you're going to see right now on Tubetown Online's Facebook page is it's going to be a great matchup. You got a 7A, 6A matchup. We've seen Harber not only in this tournament, but we saw them in the Honda of Jonesboro Invitational in Brooklyn. It was a week or two ago. Impressive stuff. I mean, everything that we've seen from these teams and how these teams got here. Obviously, Pine Bluff won their first round match against Blytheville, and then they lost that game last night to Jonesboro, which is an outstanding club, which ended them getting here. And then for Harber, they won their first round matchup against Batesville Southside, and then last night they dropped the game to North Little Rock, which that matchup between Jonesboro and North Little Rock will be our next contest that we have coming up that should start around 4:30.
Starting lineups for Pine Bluff: Caleb Higgins, Kendrick Thorne, Justin Tiller, Darius Morris, and Harris Martin. And Harber wins the tip. Starting five for them: Tyler Garrett, Tyler Perry, Grant Allen, Jack Ragsdale, Zach Peck.
Showtime right off the bat.
Yes, sir. Didn't take any time to get that one started,
DJ
Ryan.
Martin right there, he anticipated the pass, and for most of these guys, they're used to it this early in the season. They're playing early afternoon games, something that we've get tongue-tied on saying tonight, because we're used to seeing these games start at 7 at night, and it appears that here early, Coach Bolin is not happy with what he sees, and he's going to get a timeout. No,
he wants to go ahead and talk things over in the first 30 seconds.
I'm not sure what he saw right there. I know they get gathered in their offensive formation there, and obviously the first possession was a turnover, and then he must have been some confusion there because not very happy here.
Yeah, I don't think his team started things out the way that he wanted them to, and so he's quickly trying to right the ship before anything spills overboard here.
Something we've always seen with Coach Bolin, though, is that he's definitely got that bulldog mentality, and he knows that this is early in the season and these tournaments are kind of a preemptive start to your conference schedule, but that doesn't mean the intensity doesn't have to be there, and so he's trying to instill that in his team here. I mean, it's just barely December.
Yeah, giving up a quick basket to Harris Martin already here in the ballgame. Now Zach Peck on the baseline. He'll go to the free throw line, a quick foul. Looks like Darius Morris. Nope, beg your pardon, Justin Tiller going to be called.
Tiller's going to get called a foul, and you hate to see Peck. He's listed at 6'5". He's a senior big-bodied kid, and you would think going to the basket like that he would have a little bit more strength behind him. It seems like he was very passive there, but he's able to knock down the first two free throws for Harber to get his team on the scoreboard.
One thing we got to see yesterday from Springdale Harbor is Zach Peck's beautiful jump shot. He's got just a pure-looking jump shot. He can hit from anywhere from 10
He's not scared to take it either.
15 feet out, yeah.
That's the thing. I know early in that ball game he was firing them off. Like, why are the centers shooting 15-footers? But early in the second quarter, he started hitting them, and there's no need to let up if it's falling.
Pine Bluff in the front court. Higgins with it, guarded by Jack Ragsdale. Now a baseline drive. Good hands there by Tyler Perry. Garrett trying to chase it down now. Oh, and
big
a foul
collision
there.
Right there. Huge collision right there by Peck. And then, of course, DJ Martin, the guy that we saw slam it home for the first 2 points for the Zebras, he's going to get up to the foul line, try to add some more to his score total. That's one thing this competition right here is not going to lack is athleticism. You got a Pine Bluff team that they're scrappy. They are going to run up and down the court, and then Harber, they typically like to get into their offense a little bit more, but don't think for a even a split second that Tyler Perry or Tyler Garrett's not going to lead the fast break and make something happen.
Harris Martin hits both of those free throws. 4 points in the game for him and a 2-point lead for Pine Bluff. It's kind of hard to gauge what kind of team Pine Bluff is when we saw them yesterday, considering the fact they played possibly the #1 team in the state in Jonesboro. So possibly getting a more realistic look at them here this afternoon against Springdale Harber.
That's one thing looking at day 3 of this tournament, as we looked at the potential matchup for the 5th and 6th place team and then the 3rd and 4th place team. It seemed during the eye test from based on what we saw the last 2 days, these should be very good matchups between these two teams.
Jab step over in their corner from Caleb Higgins. Now he'll go around the defender trying to drive baseline, but can't find the space. Peck closed him off, but does get a feed off down to Darius Morris, but he misses the layup. Good
defense there on the far side. They switched over there, which kind of left Peck at a disadvantage, obviously, going against their point guard, but was able to recover.
Wide open look there for Grant Allen. He'll drop in a triple, and now Springdale on top by 1.
Off and running again.
Well, here's Allen over to Perry. 3-on-3. Now the rest of the offense and defense catches up.
Thought we were going to say a heat check there first thing.
Not
even 3 minutes into the game.
Thought we were too, at a pretty deep distance.
Might have seen one there as well.
Ragsdale trying to find Allen over there in the corner and poked out of bounds by one of the Zebras.
Something we didn't mention yesterday in the broadcast, the uniform combinations for Harber and Pine Bluff. These uniforms, they're sharp. Harbor's wearing the Under Armour, obviously. They've got the powder blue, kind of resembles North Carolina with the gray, and then the Zebras have got the all Nike suits. I mean, it's just my preference. Kendrick Thorne, he's got the long sleeves on. I've always liked to see that. I don't know why, but watch him bust on right here. It's all because of the sleeves, I'm telling you.
You called it before it went up. Nice job. And Pine Bluff takes the lead once again. I'm pretty partial to the high socks. I don't know what it is, but I like the high socks.
We're seeing some high-flying basketball right here. Definitely a lot of aggression. They picked up the tempo. I know, especially when these teams get into conference play, you like to see more set offenses, but with as many athletes as you have on these 6 and 7A teams, you sort of just let them do what they need to do.
Peck goes up to get the board, and Pine Bluff thought they might have forced a turnover there as Peck tried to dish it to his teammate, and it goes out of bounds, but the referee right there to make the call.
One thing I'm surprised we haven't seen so far this game, as soon as I say that, Washington does sub into the game, the 6'5 senior for Pine Bluff. Look for both these teams to try to get their big men involved. That's something that very mature teams do. We know Ezel's on the bench for Harber right now, but he won't stay over there very long. Look for them to start isolating them down low to see if they can generate some points for their offense.
Missed three-pointer from Tyler Perry, now in the front court with the Zebras. Almost a turnover there.
Beautiful head fake. He looked off the defender. All he had to do was finish.
Yeah, he had a wide open shot just there in front of the free throw line and couldn't make it fall. Nice little touch pass. Ragsdale steps into a three and he'll knock it down.
Shots in rhythm make all the difference in the world. I mean, you can have a player that's athletic and can develop their shot on their own, but when you get that good kick-out pass, balls rotation, you catch it, square your shoulders, square your legs, go up and shoot it. Beautiful, beautiful fundamentals right there by Ragsdale.
Yeah, you saw all of that happen in one quick motion, and the second three-pointer falls for Harber, and they're back on top. Our fourth lead change here in the first quarter. 3 minutes remaining. Deep three-pointer from Higgins. Off the backboard, no good. Martin comes down with a rebound, runs right into Allen, and Allen ties him up. Allen wants a steal.
Yeah,
he ripped it right out of his arms.
I guess since they held it for any time at all, they're going to say there's a jump ball. Looks like Weiser and Ezel are going to come in for the Wildcats right now. We saw it in that Brooklyn tournament. I think the last game that Harber played, Ezel racked up 4 or 5 blocks, just unmatched. Kids coming into the paint, they're, 5'9", 5'10", decent size athletes. Well, when you're going up against a kid that's listed at 6'9", where his arms are hanging down to his ankles.
Almost got an alley-oop there. I mean, he's got the wingspan of a pterodactyl. There's no question about that as Tyler Garrett knocks down a deep three-point attempt from the left wing. But Ezel's just one of those, like you said, a big kid. I mean, it doesn't matter how tall you are. If you can't get it high enough over those big limbs of his, then not going to have a chance. He'll swat it back into the third or fourth row. As you said, we saw him do that in Brooklyn a time or two.
And I really like this lineup that the Wildcats have in right now. As I believe that was Weiser that got charged with the foul, but if you watch it right here on the replay, I think he was just late help side defense getting to the ball, and he got him with the body there. But this lineup that the Wildcats have in right now, I mean, you obviously have Ezel at the 5. He's the big man. Weiser in there, he's a pure shooter. There's no sugarcoating it. He's going to be able to play aggressive defense. Ragsdale, we've seen him. He's, for being the size that he is at 5'10", he gets a lot of boards. And then Tyler Perry and Tyler Garrett obviously leading the offense. That's sort of a dual combination at point, but very athletic build. Just a really solid lineup right here, and I'm not sure. I always wondered this whenever we watched them play in Brooklyn, is why this isn't the starting 5, but obviously that's why Scott Boland makes the big bucks, and we just talk about it.
Harber with it in the front court. Scoop shot by Perry off the mark. Going the other way now. 1-on-1. Morris leaning into him, or Thorne rather leaning into it, gets the bucket.
Should have been a blocking call right there, my personal opinion, but no whistle, so we'll just count it up as 2 points, and we're all squared away here.
Perry at the free throw line. Shot no good. Ezel tips it out. Pine Bluff comes up with it. 2-on-5 now. The rest of the offense catches up. Little leaner from Higgins. Had to put everything he had underneath that one.
Great shot, though. I mean, he knew the momentum of what was going on, and he took it in stride and knocked it down.
5th lead change of the night, or of the afternoon rather, as Pine Bluff back on top by 2 now.
North Little Rock has entered the building as they have stepped in with their royal blue uniforms. They're getting ready for their championship matchup that's taking place at 4:30.
Tough match ahead of them as they try to dethrone the reigning 6A state champs. Shot rolls in and out. Ragsdale comes down with a rebound. Under a minute left to play here. Under 50 seconds actually left to play in the first quarter. Perry finds Peck down low. Peck with a strong move. Had it blocked on the way up. Ragsdale there to pick it up, and he'll go to the free throw line.
I think Washington got his ankles twisted up on that one a little bit. He coming up pretty gingerly, as you see. I'm not sure what exactly happened there, but I think he's going to come out of the game right here. Yeah, he's definitely favoring that left leg as he coming to the bench.
Might have just knocked knees with another player as Ragsdale misses. Quickly into the front court with 35 seconds left.
Thrown away just like that. Careless mistake right there. Zebras just on 2 different plays. So it's going to give a Harber the chance to hold for the last second shot here.
We'll see if they opt to do that. Sometimes they just would rather put up the points. I think that might be what they're looking to do here with Garrett on the drive. Ezel can't get to the putback, and Pine Bluff gets it back with 15 seconds left. Higgins, no look pass in the corner. Now a baseline drive. Now dish out to Martin. Martin can't hit it. Ahead to Ragsdale. Ragsdale, 1-on-2, leans against the defender. He'll go to the free throw line. Ezel was ready to slam that one home if he got the bounce.
He's trying to add something to the highlight reel here. He's definitely the trail man. You love to see the big man running up the court. Obviously, there's going to be a foul, but, I mean, a highlight reel can still happen after the whistle's blown, in my opinion.
4 seconds left. Ragsdale can't hit.
This first quarter, I'm not anticipating this being the rest of what we see the next 3 quarters.
No.
I would say this has been a fairly tame first quarter. look for the second quarter that both of these teams to get more into their offense. Now that it's all squared away, we basically just had 8 minutes, and we're going to say, hey, it's 0-0. Let's come out this second quarter and let's play more composed. Let's play more like ourselves.
Tied up as we head to the second quarter. All knotted up at 13 between Springdale Harbor and Pine Bluff. We're back with the second quarter from Don Riggs Hurricane Gym right after this on Tubetown. I don't know.
Kick off the holiday season on Tube.
Back here at Don Riggs Hurricane Gym in Barry Pruitt Court for our coverage of the 33rd annual Barry Pruitt Hurricane Classic. Thanks for joining us here on Tubetown. Andy Manus and Ryan Short here with you to start the second quarter between Pine Bluff and Springdale Harbor in the consolation game, playing for third and fourth place here. And we're all knotted up at 13. That first quarter was pretty exciting between the Zebras and the Wildcats. Had 5 lead changes, and it resulted in a tie. So we started out with a 0-0 tie, 5 lead changes, and now after 8 minutes, we're still tied at 13.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking here, as we said, going into the break, that both these teams are fixing to step it up a little bit. I know it's an early game, and to some there's not much worth playing for here, but both of these teams are prideful, and they're fixing to get after it.
What a pass from Tyler Garrett over the shoulder. No look to Jack Ragsdale, and Ragsdale puts in the first 2 points of the second quarter, and just like that, it's answered.
Higgins there on the three-pointer on the wing. Just a beautiful shot.
Harber trying to answer with a 3 of their own. Can't get it to drop. Higgins ahead into the front court. Had a wide open look there in the corner, but decided not to take it.
Oh, travel should have been called right there on Justin, but not my monkey, not my circus.
Shot will drop, and
DJ Martin got that bucket right there. Just he was hanging out in the soft spot, and he got the ball. He was able to face up to the basket, which is crucial. You see so many kids try to whirl and twirl and get to the basket every which way, but faced up to the basket, made a clean shot, and was able to knock that one down.
Tyler Garrett on the drive, going to get fouled by one of the Zebras. Foul is going to go against Caleb Higgins. That's number 1 on Higgins. I believe that's the fourth team foul on Pine Bluff in the first half.
Weiser checking in for Harber.
So Weiser, Perry, Garrett, Peck, and Ragsdale out on the floor, and Weiser has it stolen away from him by Martin. Martin heading to the front court, nearly lost it. Grant Allen getting ready to check back in now for Harber.
Martin just took it from him, literally.
Reynolds with a skip pass now for Tiller. Tiller's going to drive. Oh, no, back up. Look for a more open shot. Higgins just decides to launch one from the Barry Pruitt logo over there on the far sideline. Way off the mark. Weiser open in the corner. Head fake, drives, and going to get, thought he might get called for steps there, but they're going to get the Zebras with a reach in.
As you said a second ago, Grant Allen coming back into the ball game for the Wildcats. Coming off for, I'm sure, a short break is Ragsdale.
Foul went against Harris Martin. 6:08 left to play here in the first half. 3-point lead for Pine Bluff.
A lot of defensive intensity right here by the Zebras. You love to see that. They're playing that extended, looks like a 3-2 defense, able to result in a turnover right there. But there's a lot of communication. You really can't tell, but they're moving as a unit. Something coaches always teach them, especially the top 3, is you're supposed to move as like you're attached by a string. And you can tell whenever those skip passes are taking place, all those top defenders are shuffling their feet and moving over. Just great fundamental basketball right there on the defensive end.
Well, hop step in the paint. Shot will fall for Justin Tiller, his first points of the ball game. Makes you wonder if they practiced that that drill where they all tie a rope around each other and do that drill during practice where they literally are connected by a string.
I mean, and you see they come out now in sort of an extended man. So, I mean, Coach Dixon's mixing it up here every possession, which is leaving Harber kind of sorts because their offense hasn't been able to get much going here in the second quarter.
Adrian White was looking to take that one strong, and he missed.
Just pure athleticism there by Perry to get that one to fall.
Perry's first points of the night. Wide open three-point look for the Zebras, and Tiller will drop that one in.
They're going blow for blow here. I mean, obviously Pine Bluff came out to a little bit of a lead, but Harber sticking around.
Now Pine Bluff outscoring Harber here in this quarter 10-4.
It's going to roll off the leg of, I believe that was White. Rolled right off his leg. Coming back into the ball game for Harber is going to be Ragsdale.
Peck checks out. He'll get a breather. Inbound goes to Perry. Perry thought about the three, runs right into the defender, caught him a little off balance, and Higgins is going to pick up the second. Higgins just had to grab on to Perry because he was falling backwards and had to find something to hold on to. Garrett with a jab step, finds some space, gets it to Weiser. Weiser gets his man in the air. Baseline shot good for Parker Weiser. Great take from the bench player from Harber.
Weiser almost caught a foot from White on that. As soon as he was going for his closeout, he got his defender in the air, and then instead of just going straight up, sort of went spread eagle like the Jumpman logo and about caught him with the foot.
I think we got a timeout from Coach Billy Dixon. Saw his player was over there in trouble. Just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here with 4:01 left to play here in the second quarter. 23-19. It was tied up at 13 at the end of that first quarter. And again, Pine Bluff has come out and outscored Harber here in the second quarter, 10-6.
Yeah, they've been able to get the ball rolling just a little bit. As you take a look right there at both team huddles. I know Coach Dixon has to be proud of his team, how they've come out and performed in this second quarter. Offensively, they are definitely in rhythm. They look like a fluid unit as far as passing and getting a man back after the shot is taken for Harber. I mean, we've seen a lot of substitutions from Harber. I don't know if this is just the fact that Coach Bolin has so many assets that he can put on the court, so he's trying to figure out which combination is going to work best for him going into conference play. But we need to see Springdale Springdale Harber figure something out here, because if Pine Bluff keeps rolling like this, the lead can only get larger.
Perry guarded near the timeline by Thorne. Got it over in the corner to Weiser. He's trapped. Now out to Ragsdale. Weiser's going to drive, another baseline take. Back-to-back takes for Parker Weiser. He's got 4 points.
He just lost right there.
Oh, one referee said
okay,
Harber, and the other one said Pine Bluff.
Coach Bolin is really upset about it. It appeared that Morris just lost the handle on it, and it went flying out of bounds into that white picket fence, but he's going to say it's deflected after Morris lost possession of it, and Pine Bluff will keep possession.
Yeah, had one referee point one direction and one the other. There's a little dump off now. Back out behind the three-point line for Thorne. A wide open look for Martin. Missed it. Tried to get his own board. Now it's a one-on-one opportunity for Tyler Garrett. Make that 1-on-2 as the trailing defender will pick up the foul, and Garrett will head to the free throw line.
Wildcats are off and running, and you can really tell that they very smart ball team. When Garrett understands that he's got an opportunity there, when he knows it's 1-on-2 or 1-on-1, he's going to take off and run with it. But we've seen several times where they will sort of deke the other team and look like they're going to press forward at a fast pace, but then they'll sort of slow it down and develop into their offense and try to get a more set look.
Tyler Garrett goes 2 for 2 on that trip, his first trip tonight, and we're tied back up at 23 all. Had 2 lead changes here in this quarter, 5 in the first, so 7 for the ball game. And now tied up for the second time tonight, or this afternoon, I should say. Reach-in foul there on Tyler Garrett, trying to feed it down low to Kazarian Washington, and Garrett just trying to hold Washington back there. Second one on Garrett. Third team foul on Harber here in the first half. 17 fouls on Pine Bluff here in the first half.
Quick 5-second call there on the baseline. It seemed a little rushed to me, but hate to see the unnecessary turnovers.
Perry double team near the timeline, gets it to Garrett. Looking for an open shot in the corner here with Weiser, but instead it's Allen who takes it near the left elbow. Got his own rebound, takes it. Little scoop shot, no good, but he'll go to the free throw line.
Nobody boxed him out. Simple as that. Went up with his own shot here and then appeared to be straightened up right there, but foul's going to go against Justin. Just got to get his hands up.
Yeah, Tiller picks up his second as Grant Allen will hit his first free throw on this trip. Still one more to come. 4 points in the game here for Allen. Second one falls as well. Give him 5 for the game, 2 for 2. And now Harber's on top.
March their way right back into this one.
8th lead change of the ball game. Garrett guarding Harris. Harris thought about the 3. Martin, I should say. Harris Martin. Thorne with it. Guarded by Weiser. Shot from the free throw line. Thorne off the mark. Perry with the rebound. Nice feed from Perry to Ragsdale, and Ragsdale will give Perry the assist.
Beautiful transition offense right there. Great cut to the basket. Understood the situation, and 2 quick points.
Oh, and Thorne runs right into Garrett.
Garrett thought he was getting a jump ball. He thought he had him
what
locked up. Yeah, he thought Thorne was out of control and that he could grab the ball and could get the jump ball, and possession would eventually stay with Pine Bluff. But still, you like to have that possession arrow facing your way whenever you can.
And that was actually Tyler Perry picking up that foul. Nice feed off to Martin. Martin can't hit. Garrett comes down with a rebound ahead to Perry. Deep 3-point attempt, and Perry just feeling it all the way, stepped up and drains it in the defender's face.
As a defender, there's nothing really you can do about that. I mean, he didn't come off the screen. He just ran down in rhythm, created his shot, and he's going to put his club up 7 now.
Shot from just inside the 3-point line from Kendrick Thorne. He's got 9 points now here in the ball game. Makes it a 5-point deficit for the Zebras. Under a minute left to play now here in the second quarter as Perry is working against Reynolds here. Step back 3-pointer at the top of the key. No friendly roll. Kazarian Washington comes down with the board. 8 lead changes, 2 tie ball games here in this competitive battle between Harber and Pine Bluff. It's a drive for Tiller, tried to dish it off down low. Harber comes up with it, gives it right back. Now Harris Martin will take it strong to the left side of the rack. He's got 4 points in the quarter, give him 8 for the game.
I mean, both clubs right now, I mean, super smooth. I mean, the composure of these student athletes right now is just, it's unreal watching these 16, 17, maybe 18-year-old kids out here, and just the fundamentals, athleticism. Goodness gracious.
You saw it on display right there from Tyler Garrett. Splits the defenders, goes up, body control, still able to drop it in, and he'll go to the free throw line for an and-one opportunity. 6 points in the game for Tyler Garrett with a chance to make it 7 and extend the lead back up for Harber. Can't get the friendly roll. 32-27 is the score with 6 seconds left.
Looks like just another miscommunication right there as They were trying to get the ball up the court, and Thorne lost possession of it, rolled out of bounds. So Wildcat ball, and it's going to give them an opportunity to get the last shot here in the first half.
Yeah, 32-27, been an exciting quarter, back and forth, really a back and forth ball game. Pine Bluff led for a good chunk of the beginning of the second quarter, but now Harber finds themselves on top by 5. I'll keep harping on it. 8 lead changes here in the game, tied twice. Just a very competitive back and forth affair. Tied at 13 after the first quarter. And with 6 seconds left, we'll see what both of these coaches have drawn up in their respective huddles between Coach Billy Dixon of Pine Bluff and Coach Scott Bolin of Harber.
I think Bolin, he's got his smaller lineup in right now. Look for them to inbound the ball. Possibly, I'm looking wiser, step back right now. Form a wall, block off Reynolds.
It's going to go to Garrett. Garrett with 5 seconds left, leaves it with Perry. Perry was trying to shoot the 3 and had it swatted out of his hands by Kendrick Thorne. Great hands there by Thorne.
Still plenty of time to get a shot off here. 2.6 seconds. It is a long time. That's enough time to get the ball, put it on the floor once, and then put your shot up.
Looking to get it to Perry. Shot from the corner pocket, good, as the buzzer sounds to end the second quarter between Harber and Pine Bluff. Perry with that 3-pointer, give him 8 for the ball game, and it is an 8-point lead for the Wildcats over the Pine Bluff Zebras. 2 quarters in the books. We're headed to the halftime break. We'll tally up some halftime stats for you and bring them your way. We're stepping aside. We're back with more from the Barry Pruitt Hurricane Classic right after this.
With so many great mega services available from Ritter Communications, it's hard to pick just one. Save a bundle with bundled services. Talk as much as you want, when you want, with unlimited long distance. Get the speed you need with up to 15, 30, 50, and even 100 megabits per second internet. Enjoy online bill pay and protect all your online data and devices with Tech Home and Guardware. With so many choices, options, and savings from Ritter, all you can say is, wow! Mega services, mega savings. That's Mega Ritter.
Come out and see the largest lighting display in the Mid-South at Lights of the Delta. Over 6 million lights and 48 major motion displays span a 40-acre drive-through site. Lights of the Delta is open Sunday through Thursday from 5:30 until 9 p.m. and 5:30 until 10 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays through December 27th. For more information, visit our website, lightsofthedelta.com. Don't miss Lights of the Delta through December 27th.
Introducing Ritter's new whole home DVR solution, the better way to watch TV. Record up to 6 of your favorite programs at the same time. And watch them in up to 5 different rooms throughout your home. Manage your recordings, set parental controls, and more from your smartphone or tablet from the free Follow Me TV app. The best part, equipment starts at only $25 per month when added to an existing TV package. We just revolutionized the way you watch TV. Ritter Communications, right by you.
The holidays are about staying in touch with family, friends, the holiday spirit. Ritter Communications keeps you in touch with fast, reliable internet to power holiday fun on all your family's devices. Connect with newly launched speeds up to 100 meg, backed by friendly local service. This holiday season, stay in touch with a broadband upgrade from Ritter Communications. Always right by you.
Until you've seen how fast it really is, some people's reaction to Ritter's 100 megabit internet might be like, 100 mega, huh? Here's how we describe it. Mega beautiful, mega fast, mega blast, mega party, mega Ritter. There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. In a word, that means mega fun. If you're not getting your high-speed internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
For your smartphones, tablets, phablets. For the browsers you carry in your trousers. Wowzers! For your big screens and small screens, short screens and tall screens, get speed that screams. From the top of your desk to the palm of your hand, it's the fastest internet speed in the land.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. If you're not getting your internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Ritter Communications. Right by you.
Kick off the holiday season on Tubetown. Hubbard and Hope Furniture present live coverage of the 2017 Greater Blytheville Area Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade. Tune in December 7th at 6:30 p.m. and watch the parade live on Tubetown Channel 21 or on the Tubetown Facebook page. Don't miss the exclusive coverage of the 2017 Greater Blytheville Area Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade presented by Hubbard and Hope Furniture and sponsored in part by these local businesses.
Welcome back to Don Riggs Hurricane Gym and our coverage of the Barry Pruitt Hurricane Classic, the third game of the afternoon. Springdale Harber leading Pine Bluff 35-27 after the first two quarters in what has been a back-and-forth entertaining game between the Zebras and the Wildcats. Talked about it throughout the course of the game. We've had 8 different lead changes. Game has been tied twice. Tied at 13 at the end of the first quarter, and midway through the second, Harber was able to work their way back up, trailed by as many as 7, and they tied it up, and now they have an 8-point lead after the first two quarters. Leading the way for Coach Scott Bolin and the Harber Wildcats, Jack Ragsdale with 9 points, 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Tyler Perry closely trailing with 8. Tyler Garrett right behind him with 7. He's 3 for 4 from the charity stripe. 5 points for Grant Allen. He's 2 for 2. Zach Peck, 2 points for him, both coming from the free throw line, and 4 points for Parker Weiser off the bench. All 4 of them coming there in that second quarter. Looking at the Pine Bluff Zebras side of the stat sheet, they're led by Kendrick Thorne. 9 points for him, 8 points for Harris Martin, 5 points for Justin Tiller and Caleb Higgins apiece. About 3 3-pointers for each squad during the first half. So both teams kind of spreading it around and hitting from all areas of the floor. Still got about 5 minutes before we hit back to the third quarter. North Little Rock is in the house. They're already going through some pregame warm-ups. Again, the final game coming up this afternoon, the championship round of the Barry Pruitt Hurricane Classic. We've got North Little Rock taking on the hosting Jonesboro Hurricane. That's coming immediately after the conclusion of this one. But again, here at halftime between Springdale Harber and Pine Bluff, 35-27 is your score. We'll step aside for another quick break, and we'll come back with the third quarter right here from her.
With so many great mega services available from Ritter Communications, it's hard to pick just one. Save a bundle with bundled services. Talk as much as you want, when you want, with unlimited long distance. Get the speed you need with up to 15, 30, 50, and even 100 megabits per second internet. Enjoy online bill pay and protect all your online data and devices with Tech Home and Guardware. With so many choices, options, and savings from Ritter, all you can say is, wow! Mega services, mega savings. That's Mega Ritter.
Come out and see the largest lighting display in the Mid-South at Lights of the Delta. Over 6 million lights and 48 major motion displays span a 40-acre drive-through site. Lights of the Delta is open Sunday through Thursday from 5:30 until 9 p.m. and 5:30 until 10 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays through December 27th. For more information, visit our website, lightsofthedelta.com. Don't miss Lights of the Delta through December 27th.
Introducing Ritter's new whole home DVR solution, the better way to watch TV. Record up to 6 of your favorite programs at the same time. And watch them in up to 5 different rooms throughout your home. Manage your recordings, set parental controls, and more from your smartphone or tablet from the free Follow Me TV app. The best part, equipment starts at only $25 per month when added to an existing TV package. We just revolutionized the way you watch TV. Ritter Communications, right by you.
The holidays are about staying in touch with family, friends, the holiday spirit. Ritter Communications keeps you in touch with fast, reliable internet to power holiday fun on all your family's devices. Connect with newly launched speeds up to 100 meg, backed by friendly local service. This holiday season, stay in touch with a broadband upgrade from Ritter Communications. Always right by you.
Until you've seen how fast it really is, some people's reaction to Ritter's 100 megabit internet might be like, 100 mega, huh? Here's how we describe it. Mega beautiful, mega fast, mega blast, mega party, mega Ritter. There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. In a word, that means mega fun. If you're not getting your high-speed internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
For your smartphones, tablets, phablets. For the browsers you carry in your trousers. Wowzers! For your big screens and small screens, short screens and tall screens, get speed that screams. From the top of your desk to the palm of your hand, it's the fastest internet speed in the land.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. If you're not getting your internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Kick off the holiday season on Tubetown. Hubbard and Hope Furniture present live coverage of the 2017 Greater Blytheville Area Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade. Tune in December 7th at 6:30 p.m. and watch the parade live on Tubetown Channel 21 or on the Tubetown Facebook page. Don't miss the exclusive coverage of the 2017 Greater Blytheville Area Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade presented by Hubbard and Hope Furniture and sponsored in part by these local businesses.
Welcome back to Don Riggs Hurricane Gym and Barry Pruitt Court for the 33rd annual Barry Pruitt Hurricane Classic. We're in our third game of the afternoon. The Springdale Harber Wildcats taking on the Pine Bluff Zebras. Halftime, it is 35-27 in favor of Harber. Taking a look at our bracket here, you can see this is the game for the third and fourth place positions in the tournament. Coming up immediately after this, Jonesboro and North Little Rock. A rivalry game that I think a lot of people here are really looking forward to see. And I would imagine that this place is going to start piling full of people here shortly.
Yeah, we've already started to notice the crowd sort of trickling in a little bit. I'm noticing some of the students from Jonesboro have started to fill their section over here to our left. I mean, I've also I've seen a few North Little Rock fans come in. They're rocking their royal blue, and we are in store for a very intense, very up-tempo matchup that should be very exciting.
Yeah, and anytime that Jonesboro plays a team like North Little Rock, the home crowd always shows up. And, of course, last night, home crowd was in full effect versus Pine Bluff, and that game kind of ended in a blowout in favor of Jonesboro. Turbo clock started in the fourth quarter, and again, I think you really saw the home crowd kind of take an effect on the opposing team, and very likely to see that happen again. As you know, it's Saturday. Everybody's, most likely got the day off. All the kids are out of school, so.
Well, and you're talking about a team that on Thursday, the head coach of the Arkansas Razorbacks was here, and then yesterday, you have one of the assistant coaches for the A-State Red Wolves and the head men's basketball for Harding University here as well, and the athletic director of Arkansas State University here. So just the type of personnel that fills this arena when high-profile athletes come into it, it's not something to just bat your eye at.
Start the third quarter. A foul going to be called against Pine Bluff. Looks like it's going to go on Caleb Higgins. That's number 3 on Higgins. Higgins, Tiller, Martin, Thorne, and Kazarian Washington, the 5 out there for the Zebras. Give you the 5 back on the floor for Harber here in just a minute as Tyler Garrett hits the floor. It's Tyler Garrett, Tyler Perry, Grant Allen, alongside Parker Weiser and Jack Ragsdale for the gray and blue Wildcats.
Definitely a smaller lineup here to start this third quarter, but look for each team, to try to settle into what they're trying to get done. Harbor's going to try to get into their offense, move the ball, gobble up some of the clock, but Pine Bluff, they're fixing to get after it just like you saw right there. They're going to get some offensive boards. They're going to try to push the ball up the court, press. I mean, it's fixing to be a fun second half.
Tyler Perry on a nice little assist from the top of the key will cut to the basket. He's now into double-digit scoring, 10 points on the afternoon, and it's a 10-point lead for the Wildcats. Here's Harris Martin on a spin, has his pocket nearly picked, recovers and leans to kiss it off the glass. Good.
Great finish there by Martin. We've seen him so far this game, great body control and be able to get to the basket and finish.
Parker Weiser has that one slapped out of his hands by Harris Martin. Now going the other way with the Zebras. Behind his back, Thorne dribbles to the top of the key, steps up, three-point shot, off the mark. Allen will come down with it, and here come the Wildcats. Full court pass for Ragsdale. Ragsdale hacked. It won't fall, but he will go to the free throw line. Ragsdale was just down there, snowbirding, as they say.
Yeah, as you see the replay here, great full court pass right there, and was able to at least draw the foul to get to the free throw line.
Kendrick Thorne picks up his second personal foul, second team foul on Pine Bluff out of the break here as Ragsdale hits the front end. Now he's into double digits, 10 points on the afternoon for him, shooting 3 for 5 from the free throw line. Make it 4 for 6. Here's Higgins across the timeline. Leaves it with Tiller. Now over in the corner to Martin. Martin's got space. We've seen him knock down a triple here so far this afternoon. Didn't take an opportunity there.
He kind of was tied up with his feet a little bit, but, I mean, once again, driving in, penetrating, body control, be able to lay it in.
It's like he can just hang in the air for an extra half second longer and kind of contort which way he needs to go. Garrett.
Great ball movement right there.
Touch pass to Allen from Weiser, and Allen drops in his second triple of the game.
We talked about it earlier. The shots in rhythm always result better than those that are forced. And, I mean, knocking down the three right there is Allen.
Yeah, and that's the key word, in rhythm. Everything about that was very fluid. 44-33 is the score. Harber leads Pine Bluff. Lob into Washington, and Weiser did a good job disrupting that, but it will stay here with the Zebras.
Just swarming defense by the Wildcats there. If anything gets inside the paint, you've got 2-3 bodies around, and they're making sure that especially Martin isn't able to have too much of an impact on this game right now.
Yeah, Martin is the leading scorer for the Zebras. He's got 12 points in this one. Almost had 2 more. Oh, and I was going to say, he looks like he got away with a little hold there, holding the jersey of Tyler Garrett.
I think Weiser may have got a hand on this shot whenever it goes up right here over the top, but nevertheless, Wildcats are going to have the ball.
Second personal foul on Harris Martin. You can see Tyler Garrett's got to tuck his jersey back in because Martin had a handful on it.
As more and more Jonesboro faithful start to pile in here, the student section starting to get fuller and fuller. Appears that it's jersey night.
Grant Allen called for traveling here on the Harber end of the floor. Here's a drive. Nice move there from Thorne.
Just not able to finish.
Yeah, couldn't hit the basket. Harris Martin comes up with the offensive rebound but can't handle it, so now Harber takes it back the other way, and Parker Weiser. That's the third layup that he's had tonight where he has had to shoot it very awkwardly and still able to hit it.
And Harbor's increased their lead by 13 now, and it's just been one of those things that they're trying to go blow for blow, and the difference maker so far is being able to finish those tough shots. Harbor's been able to knock them down, get shots in rhythm. Pine Bluff, I mean, you've seen a couple of mental mistakes. He just stepped out of bounds right there was Martin, so Harbor's going to have the ball again, but just a few critical times in this ball game, things have not gone Pine Bluff's way, and that's why we have the score we have right now.
Yeah, Harber trailed by as many as 7 back in the second quarter. They fought their way back up to tie it up and take the lead, and they have since just continued to extend that lead. Here's Weiser again taking it through traffic. He is fearless in the paint.
I think he got a courtesy call right there. It looked like he's a little bit out of control and didn't have possession of the ball, but the good graces are going to go his way. He's going to let his team remain possession.
Yeah, ball goes out of bounds. They say it was off of a zebra. So there's the inbound to Zach Peck, and nobody's on him. So Peck now with 4 points in the ball game. Quick points off the bench.
Washington was just trying to get in his defensive assignment right there and was facing the person inbounding the ball and didn't see Peck cutting in right behind him.
Deep three-point attempt that time from Kendrick Thorne. Nobody came out to guard him, and now Thorne is into double digits. 12 points on the afternoon for him, and it's a 12-point ball game. A foul called on the Zebras as Tyler Perry will head to the free throw line.
That foul's going to go against Tyler Reynolds, I believe. Just had his hands in the body. It appears that he was hands were straight up, but going to send Perry to the line for two.
He'll hit the front end of it. 11 points in the game for Tyler Perry. Second foul on Tyler Reynolds here on the afternoon, and I believe that's the fourth team foul on Pine Bluff here in the second half. Perry hit his second as well, and now it's a 14-point lead, 50-36, deep three-point attempt. And how about Kendrick Thorne, back-to-back deep triples. 11-point ball game. Stop here could bring it back down to single digits. Hunter Wright over in the corner. Head fake from Garrett, and he'll just dribble around with it now. 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter.
That's one thing, if you're Harber right now, you don't want to let one player bring their team back into the ball game. Obviously, he's getting hot, but careless turnovers and getting open shots are not gonna get you back in the ball game.
And a careless turnover there is Tyler Reynolds, double dribbles. Trying to capitalize on a turnover there, stealing it away from Tyler Perry as he tried to take up a layup. Trying to inbound it. Little miscommunication there. Just threw it right to a zebra. Now here comes Pine Bluff. Harris Martin with it.
Goodness gracious. That man, let me tell you, that is a grown man out there when he goes to the basket. I mean, he full head of steam with determination, and he knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, he's got 14 points here in the ball game. 6 of them coming here in the third quarter as Garrett with an acrobatic play at the hoop, well off the mark. Try to go up and under there. Now here's Higgins splitting the defense. Picks up a foul.
So close to falling right there.
Nearly went to the free throw line. But, oh, no, actually they're going to call, I don't think they called it an offensive foul, but it looks like they called a travel or something along those lines because the ball goes back to Harber.
They've cut the deficit to 9, though. I mean, that's all you can hope. I mean, in the last 2 minutes of this quarter, you'd like to see it in just maybe a 5-score, 7-score game, so that going into the fourth quarter, your team will have some sort of confidence about them.
Man, and I don't know how Tyler Garrett got out of that double team on the left elbow, but he somehow pivoted out of it, fired it down low to Zach Peck.
And Peck was bailed out right there. He had already released the ball. He was anticipating the contact, and that caused the shot to come up short, but fortunately, defender was able to bail him out with the foul.
Yeah, Kendrick Thorne picking up his third. Jack Ragsdale and Grant Allen checking back into the game. Parker Weiser and Hunter Wright checking out. Looks like DeAdrian White's getting ready to check in for the Zebras. Zach Peck hitting that second free throw. He went 2 for 2 on that trip. Zebras with it in the front court. Kazarian Washington nearly lost the handles on it. Tips it to DeAdrian White. Now there's Caleb Higgins on the far wing. Back up top for Thorne. He's feeling the three-pointer. Wanted to take a stab at it. Missed it from the left elbow. Now here's Tyler Perry. Behind the back to Perry. Sweet dish off from Garrett. Perry just couldn't capitalize on it. And I was going to say, Pine Bluff nearly stepping out of bounds there, and then Thorne does on the far sideline over there.
We were watching the and one mixtape tour there for a second, behind the back pass, and then as soon as we start heading opposite direction, some fancy handles, but turnovers are going to kill you in this one.
1:25 left to play in the third in an 11-point ball game. Ragsdale steps into a three-pointer and knocks it down. Yet again, another fluid in-motion three-pointer.
Is that 14 for him, I believe? I think that's 14 for him so far in the contest, so he's definitely had his impact on this game so far.
Yep, and that's the second three he's dropped in tonight. Foul called on Pine Bluff's end of the floor.
14 for him so far in the contest, so he's definitely going to send Martin to the line. One of those instances again where he had a full head of steam and he knew where he was going. He's able to get the foul call. Something about Pine Bluff, though. I mean, we've been saying Higgins' name a lot. He's listed at 5'7", the junior. His ability to command his offense. He's the smallest guy on the court, but we've noticed several times that he's been able to go down and sort of compose his team. When things seem out of sorts, leading the break, he'll slow it down. He's doing a fantastic job on the defensive end. The last time I noticed, he was playing on Tyler Garrett, and he was face guarding him, and he was just doing an excellent job knowing he was outmatched because Garrett's got 5 inches on him.
2 for 2 on that trip for Harris Martin. Makes it a 12-point ball game once again. Out comes the Adrian White.
Zebras are going to be in a 1-2-2 defense.
Yeah, trying to trap here on the near sideline.
Just an extended zone. They're going to try to bait the Harber Wildcats into a trap.
That one should go in favor of Pine Bluff. Went off the knee of Jack Ragsdale there, trying to take it in the paint. 43 seconds left to play in the third. Pine Bluff just trying to whittle it down to a single-digit deficit as they head into the fourth. There's a miscue, but Caleb Higgins there to save it. And DeAdrian White lost it off his foot.
We've seen it a few times from Pine Bluff that their mind and their body are not in sync. Their body is moving faster than their mind is telling them, and it just results in careless passes, dribbling it off your foot. You hate to see that, especially when this game is still in reach for them.
10 seconds left as Tyler Garrett drives through the defense, kicks it out. Grant Allen, deep three-pointer, off the mark. Zach Peck, put back, no good. 2 seconds left. Here's Thorne, launches a deep three-pointer off the rafters, and that will send us to the fourth quarter. 55-43 is your score. Harber leading Pine Bluff in a 12-point affair. Still one more game left on the schedule here from Don Riggs Hurricane Gym. We'll tell you all about it when we come back for the fourth quarter right after this.
Introducing Ritter Home Security. Ritter takes care of protecting what's most important to you, from threats like unwelcome visitors and fire, to making your life easier by putting the control of your home at your fingertips. Use the free app to shut the garage, lock the door, turn off lights, arm the system, and more. You can even turn back the thermostat to help save money on your energy bill. Plus, get a snapshot when your kids get home. It's smart, beautiful, convenient, and ready for your busy life. Ritter Home Security.
Back here at Don Riggs Hurricane Gym and Barry Pruitt Court for the Barry Pruitt Hurricane Classic. Andy Maness and Ryan Short here with you to start the fourth quarter between Harber and Pine Bluff. 55-43 is your score. Harber leading. Of course, one more game still on the schedule as this place starts to fill up with Jonesboro Hurricane fans. North Little Rock in town to play the Hurricane for the Barry Pruitt Hurricane Classic Championship.
We're definitely in for a treat with that one. Obviously, the crowd is going to be into it, and they're going to be enthusiastic, but a good 6A, 7A matchup that two teams that more than likely will be deep into the state playoffs in a month or two.
Deep three-point attempt to start the fourth quarter from Tyler Garrett. His second triple of the night brings him into double digits now with 12 points, and it's a 15-point lead for the Wildcats. Deep three-point attempt from Thorne. Trying to answer. Can't get it. Scrambling for the rebound. Zebras come up with it. Harris Martin off the glass. No good. And now here come the Wildcats. Nice feed from Perry to Ragsdale, and Ragsdale will finish on the left side. Great assist. Great layup.
We saw Thorne in the third quarter sort of hit a couple threes in a row, got kind of hot, and he's trying to establish that here in the fourth quarter. That's not going to go unnoticed without Higgins knocking one of his own.
Higgins was about 4 steps behind the NBA three-point line for that one. Here's Perry stepping into one. And once again, we see the in-rhythm three-point shooting from Springdale Harber. 15 points now for Tyler Perry on his second triple of the night. Third triple. (63-46). Higgins thought about another deep three-pointer, gets it to Washington. And we're going to get a timeout here from the Pine Bluff bench. Coach Billy Dixon wants to talk some things over. 63-46 is your score here in the fourth quarter. Of course, don't forget we have got a great game coming up for you next. We do have a full timeout on the floor with 6:27 left to play. Again, 63-46. So we'll go ahead and step aside for a quick timeout, and we're back with more fourth quarter action right after this.
The holidays are about staying in touch with family, friends, the holiday spirit. Ritter Communications keeps you in touch with fast, reliable internet to power holiday fun on all your family's devices. Connect with newly launched speeds up to 100 meg, backed by friendly local service. This holiday season, stay in touch with a broadband upgrade from Ritter Communications. Always right by you.
Back here at Don Riggs Hurricane Gym, 6:27 left to play in the fourth quarter between Harber and Pine Bluff. The Wildcats out on top big time here with about a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. 63-46. Zebras with possession. Thorne at the top of the key is going to drive around Weiser. Foul is going to be called. I think it'll go against Peck, and Thorne will head to the free throw line. Washington, White, Thorne, Martin, and Higgins, the five out on the floor for the Zebras. It's Weiser, Ragsdale, Perry, Garrett, and Peck, the five out on the floor for Harber.
They're going to give that one to Peck. That's going to be his third personal so far.
And Thorne off the mark on his first free throw, but he'll hit his second. He's now got 16 points. Both of the leading scorers for the Zebras have 16, as Harris Martin has also put in that amount. Here's Tyler Perry, Parker Weiser in the corner. Ragsdale now in the high post. Garrett wants a screen, he gets one. Ragsdale rolls, now double teamed. Loose ball, Peck comes up with it. Hook shot, good. Zach Peck with the baby hook.
There. Good strong move, went straight to the basket, was able to finish.
Zebras taking no time to put up a shot on the other end. Thorne hits it, but I believe a foul was called. I don't think they're going to give him the... Oh, they are going to give him the and one.
I think Tyler Garrett's going to get charged with the foul right there. I believe that's who that went against. We've got three Harber Wildcats in double figures. Just all-around great scoring effort. One of those being Ragsdale. He's got 16, and then you've got Tyler Garrett with 12 of his own. And then Tyler Perry, of course, he's got 15 as well.
Step up, three-point shot for Thorne, just a little short. Perry comes up with it. Three-point attempt off the mark. Weiser nearly comes up with a strip. Here's Thorne, coast to coast. He'll get the finish. Thorne now with 20 in the ball game.
They're chipping away slowly but surely, but I'm afraid it's a little too late for the Zebras to make the full comeback. I mean, I'd love for them to prove me wrong and it turn into a great matchup as they're down 14 right now, but with the scoring consistencies that we've seen from the Wildcats and from the Zebras, I'm afraid this is just going to be a little bit too late.
Logan Smith picking up his first personal foul. Justin Tiller checking back into the game. Perry driving through the defense, leaning, puts up a shot off the glass, and it will fall. 5 points in the quarter for him. 17 in the ball game, 67-51 with 4:30 left to play in the fourth. There's a little floater over Peck. Shot is no good. Trying to chase down the rebound. The Wildcats give it to the Zebras. Three-point attempt from Thorne is off the mark, and ball goes out of bounds. You saw Logan Smith trying to reach over Ragsdale and throw it off of him, but it had already went out, and now with 4:15 remaining, the Wildcats will bring it up the floor again. Grant Allen getting ready to check back in. Garrett spins off the defender, and he will, I believe, go to the free throw line. That should be a 1-and-1 opportunity now.
It is, and that's one of those plays where if Garrett had the decision there, if he would have went up with the ball and tried to attempt a shot, it would have been 2 shots, but instead he was trying to dish it off, so 1-and-1 opportunity.
There we go, and 1-and-1 rather. Hit the front end of it, now 14 points in the game for Tyler Garrett. 15 points. 2 for 2 on that trip, 67-51 is your score. Higgins sprints ahead, jab step from the right wing, took it up, but Weiser swats it out of bounds. Good defense there from Parker Weiser.
Absolutely, he was beat to the basket, but he was able to recover and get the block. Another careless mistake right there by the Zebras, just inbound pass, go straight out of bounds.
Thorne not happy about it either.
I think Coach Dixon's down there showing the official where the line actually is, and if they didn't have a good angle at it, but.
There's Ragsdale. Ragsdale for 3. Off the front iron, no good. Tiller comes down with the board.
Good strong rebound right there. Was able to chin it and
wow,
hit it out to Higgins. He took it coast to coast and was able to finish up. He's tapping on his chest now. They need the breather, but I don't think Coach Dixon's going to allow that because he's going to need him in there if they're going to see any chance of making the 16-point comeback right here.
Yeah, 69-53 your score. Full time out on the floor, and we'll take one with them. 3:28 left to play here in the fourth quarter between Harber and Pine Bluff here in the Barry Pruitt.
Come out and see the largest lighting display in the Mid-South at Lights of the Delta. Over 6 million lights and 48 major motion displays span a 40-acre drive-through site. Lights of the Delta is open Sunday through Thursday from 5:30 until 9 p.m. and 5:30 until 10 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays through December 27th. For more information, visit our website, lightsofthedelta.com. Don't miss Lights of the Delta through December 27th.
Andy Manus, Ryan Short back here with you at Don Riggs Hurricane Gym. Harber and Pine Bluff in the fourth quarter, 69-53. Harber well out in front and in control of this one. Time's running out for the Zebras.
Like we said earlier, our next matchup coming up at 4:30, highly anticipated Jonesboro and North Little Rock. Definitely going to be a fun one to watch.
Harber can just hold the ball for as long as they want to and try to eat up some of this game clock if they choose to. Ragsdale on the high post.
That's more than likely the conversation that Coach Bowen had with his team in this timeout, that as you see now, they are being extremely patient.
Allen trying to take one to the rack between defenders. He'll miss the shot. Couldn't quite hang in the air long enough. Here's Higgins, sprints to the top of the key. Foul called on the floor before the shot. Just the fourth team foul on Harber, so they'll have to take this one out underneath their own basket. They're going to, I believe, get Tyler Garrett with his fourth. Lob to Harris Martin. Now Thorne wants to drive. Right-handed floater will fall for Kendrick Thorne.
I believe that's 22 for Thorne so far, and he's had a really great ball game so far individually. But I'm afraid that his club's going to come up just short this afternoon.
And they call Thorne for a little hand check. So Tyler Perry will be at the free throw line. Shoot a 1-and-1. Hits the front end of it. 18 points now on the afternoon for Tyler Perry. (69-55). Thorne with some fancy handles takes that one coast to coast.
Fancy handles, but it was also uncontested at the same time. I know that's something that probably Coach Bolin told his team in the timeout is don't do unnecessary fouls, especially with the lead that they have right now. So he did cut his way into the lane and was able to convert that basket, but it was also very lackadaisical defense on the part of the Wildcats.
And I think Kendrick Thorne just picked up his 5th personal foul. That'll send Tyler Garrett to the free throw line. Garrett hitting a layup moments ago. He's now got 7 points here in the quarter, 16 in the ball game. You said it a minute ago, 3 players in double-digit scoring for Coach Bolin and the Wildcats. Josh Ezel getting ready to check in alongside Connor Sykes and Jabron Duggar. First free throw falls for Garrett. Only missed 1 on the day. 7 for 8. 8 for 9. Oh, Harris Martin went way up to get that one over Josh Ezel. 1:40 left to play here in the ball game. Dishing that one down low to Connor Sykes. Sykes will now go to the free throw line.
This young man, I don't think we've seen him yet today, but Coach Bolin was definitely happy with his effort getting to the basket right there.
The Adrian White picking up a foul. Sykes knocks down the front end. He'll knock down the second as well. Sykes going 2 for 2, gets his name in the scorebooks here at the Hurricane Classic. Harber on their way to finishing 3rd in this 33rd annual tournament. Pine Bluff with 2 good looks at it there, can't bring it in. Jabron Duggar hauls it in for the Wildcats. Here's Hunter Wright.
They're able to break the press, but tried to pull it out and set an offense and kill some time off the clock.
Higgins with the floater over Ezel, hits that one. 12 points for Higgins. Under a minute left to play now. Let's see if Harber will just salt this one out. Garrett through traffic, leaves it with Sykes. Now to Ezel. Ezel wanted to dunk it. Justin Tiller said no, sir.
Yeah, Tiller wasn't going to have any of that. I mean, it is late in the game, and the competition's basically over, but Pride's not going to let that happen. For a big man, that is a very clean shot. I know we've seen him in warm-ups multiple times. I mean, he'll shoot 15-footers, and he typically stays inside a particular range, but most of his shots in game action have been right there around the basket. Like we saw last night, the last play of the game, he hit his head on the backboard. And
yeah, I hope he's doing okay. He's definitely got the height and everything else necessary, and there you see it. slam things home to round out this victory for the Harber Wildcats. Now 81-59. Three-point attempt from Tiller off the mark. Offensive rebound for Tyler Reynolds. Stops the clock with 15 seconds left as I think Ezel picked up the foul.
That was either on Ezel or it may have been Hunter Wright, possibly.
Yeah, I think it was Hunter Wright, actually. I think I just saw 1-3 flash up instead of 2. First foul on Hunter Wright with 15 seconds left. Jonesboro starting to pack this place out. Now the cheerleaders have arrived. Second one falls. 10 seconds left. Feed it down to Ezel. 3 seconds left. And they'll dribble it out. Harber and Pine Bluff, the final score, 81-61. Harber trailed by as many as 7 in that second quarter, but came back to tie it and get the lead in the second quarter and never relinquished it after that. 8 lead changes in that first half, and then the Wildcats just took over and, again, never gave it back to them. Great game from Coach Scott Boland's starters, Tyler Garrett, Tyler Perry, Jack Ragsdale, all finishing in double digits, Ryan.
Yeah, they definitely took a hold of the ball game early. I mean, that's something that we saw composure from both sides, but as the second quarter progressed, they sort of regained what Coach Boland was teaching them. Third quarter, and that's third quarter's when they took over. Not much more than you can say than just a good, classy win from a ball club that's now got about 10 games under their belt for this season.
Yeah, 19 points for Tyler Perry, 18 points for Tyler Garrett, 16 for Jack Ragsdale, 8 for Zach Peck, 6 for Parker Weiser, 2 for Josh Ezel, and 2 for Connor Sykes. For the Zebras, leading the way was Kendrick Thorne with 24 points. Harris Martin had 16. Caleb Higgins had 12, so 3 players in double digits. 7 points for Justin Tiller and 2 for Tyler Reynolds from the free throw line. Again, 81-61, the final score between Harber and Pine Bluff. Keep it right here, folks. The championship matchup is coming up next here for the Barry Pruitt Hurricane Classic. The hosting Jonesboro Hurricane and their conference rival, the North Little Rock Charging Wildcats. Coming up next here on Tubetown.
All right, Mr. Lane, we got to talk about Coach Aaron Blue's Truman Lady Wildcats.